Hello, welcome back to 3D Drawing for your model railway. I'm going to start to add a few more details that are only symmetrical to half of the wagon before we copy it over. So the details I'm looking at really are the cast number plate here, the label, and there's another label here on the end here. So again, we're going to start with the cast number plate down at the bottom here. It's on the sole bar. You can see the location of it is halfway on that W lines in this gap. We're going to create a sketch on this inner surface, and we're going to be looking to use an ellipse. So just selecting the ellipse, we're going to find sort of the midpoint. You can't really get that there, so we're going to project actually that circle, project the circle there, and then we can use that for the midpoint. So if we go to the ellipse again, we can pick that up. You know, that's the midpoint there. Okay, so select, drag across, and I'm going to go maybe 2mm, and then we can drag it horizontally and vertically. I'm thinking maybe 1.2. Have a look at how that compares. Probably not far off, for being honest. So it's going to define that. So using the D button to select dimensions, 0.75 height wise, and distance I'm going to do from that edge there, just whatever it comes out with, because we know we've highlighted to the midpoint of this. We're going to extrude this, not wanting to do particularly thick, maybe 0.15mm, make sure it's joining. See how that looks. Yeah, I'm reasonably happy with that. I'm going to create another sketch on the profile using the offset. I'm going to just offset inwards, maybe 0.1, and then we can bring this up and extrude, again maybe 0.1 again, just to give it a little lip there, and then I'm going to fill it off those inner and outer edges, 0.5, 0.05, because it was 0.1 width. It's not liking it, so just bring it in, see what we can do with it. Let's go 0.6, we can take that. It's giving me the curved edge on there. Again, it's not really going to show up particularly well, but you know, it's at the start. Now, I can't read everything that's on there. I'm thinking it's saying the number, the weight, and I'm not sure what the bottom bit, but again, they're going to be quite small. So we can put, I'm just going to put the number on there just so that there's some detail. I'm going to use text fonts. I'm going to select the box at the top here. I'm just going to put in the number 889000 because that's the number on the photo. As I said though, there was 30 of them. It's up to you if you want to pick a different number or whatever. Height, I'm going to go for, say, 1mm. Even that's way too big. So 0.05, it's too small. 0.1, it's too small. 0.3, too big. 0.25. Yeah, I'll go with that. Character spacing is fine. If you want to change the font, you can. I have no idea what font that's going to be. Just go with something like that. Yeah, something like that, I think. Make sure it's centered. Click on OK. Select the font. Finish that sketch. Select the font. Press pull. And we can just come out maybe 0.05. Tap the join. Okay, and I'm just going to put a weight on 14 tons on the bottom there, just to sort of fill that in. So 14T, again we'll go 0.2, so I'll go a little bit smaller, 0.15, and click on OK. Selecting the font, press pull, 0.15 millimeters forwards. There we go. Now, obviously, if anyone can tell what the font is on this, then I'm more than happy to go and change it, but can't really tell myself, so leave it as is. There's a couple of smaller rivets on here that we could add if we wanted to. They're definitely smaller rivets than these though, so let's put a circle on. We're 0.2 I think. So the height from there, 0.7, and distance from there to the edge. Just going to move it to the left slightly, so I'm going to go 6.8, see where that moves to. That's too far. 6.9 is probably too, no, 6.9, happy with that. I'm going to extrude that forwards, make 0.1, and then we can fillet that edge off, 0.1, rounded that up, and then we'll pattern that feature. Use your method and selecting the features at the bottom, horizontally across. It's going to be 1.35 millimeters, just the two of them. Okay, so now that we've got this plate drawn, I'm going to move on to drawing this bracket. Now you can see how they've got like a wire mesh over the top. I think that realistically that's probably going to be too fine to draw the wire mesh and engage, so I'm not going to worry too much about that, but we can certainly draw the box in its position. So we're looking over the top here, we're going to create a sketch in this front face. I'm just going to use a small rectangle, looking at the position, top sort of level with the vents, top of the vents, that position there. Okay, so if you look at the size, it's pretty much up against the side, 3 or 4 inches from the bottom. So, dimension, I'm just going to dimension from that edge to that edge there. I'm going to change that to say 0.2 millimeters. Height from there, 0.8 maybe. And total height, 1.8. Okay, how far across does it come? It's quite small, so maybe to bring that down to 2 millimeters. Let's have a look, see how that compares. Yeah, that's probably not far off. I'm going to extrude that out to 0.25, and then actually wait a minute, edit that. That's drawing not new body. And then I'm just going to create sort of a lip to go around the outside and use the offset tool, selecting that profile, coming minus 0.1, and then extruding 0.1 on that edge there. Okay. So there's not a lot of detail really we can add on here, maybe a small clip on the bottom. Draw that onto this face here. Find the midpoint. I'm going to use center point rectangle, selecting the midpoint, selecting the edge there rather than the top, which is fine, I can live with that. And just doing sort of about that, so 0.2 0.1 wide, and we'll go 0.2 high. Select the profile and extrude. 0.1 just so it sticks out, making sure it's a join, not cut. Again, detail here, I don't think it's going to be printing particularly well in Engage. In 00, you can go into a little bit more detail, maybe adding the crisscross patterning using pipes. But again, they're quite small. It's, look at the picture, it's quite a fine little mesh on there. So I wouldn't be too concerned about that, to be honest with you. The other end, we've got a label clip or something, so we can jump across to the other end of the wagon. Look in the position, it's just off the bottom edge, top of it in line with the bottom of the vents there. So creating a new sketch at top on that front surface using the rectangle. Position is sort of in line with the edge of the diagonal here. So okay, yeah, something like that. So they're 1.2, 1.3 high over 1.25 wide. Dimension the edge, 1.9 work. Bottom edge, we're going 0.1. I'm actually going to make this 1.2 to make it a little bit smaller. And then we'll extrude that from 0.4 millimeters. Does just stick out a bit. I'm not going to draw the Y clip around it. It's got a diagonal top edge. So we can draw that on the side. Come to the side profile. And just select the line tool. Go into the bottom corner there. Draw a diagonal across. And then dimension. Distance there. 0.25 works for me. And then extrude across to the other side. Cutting away that top surface. I've got some bodies here that I have to clean up. Let's just check these. There's one. That's already joining. What we could do is turn them on and off, see what. Okay, so it's the plate. There's one. It's already there, that's fine. This one. Okay, join that. Save it there before it does anything else. Undo that. They're already gone. Okay, so the rivets here. That should be two more of them. that's all cleaned up now. Jump to the end, we've got the box on there. Can't see if it's flat or diagonal at the bottom. I'm going to go with flat. I'm not going to draw this back plate because I don't think it'll be needed and won't be seen particularly well. So we've added that label there and the brass number plate on there. Okay, and there's just this one more part here. It's just a small little block we can put on the side. So go and create another sketch on this surface. The shape of the block is pretty much just a small plate with a little box on top. Let's try and get it in the right place. So it's probably about there. So we'll go for a length of 1mm by 0.5mm. We define its height, so 5, and distance, we'll go from here to that, 0.9. Extrude this forward, it's not 0.1, make sure it's a join. And then we'll create a sketch on that surface, just using a centre point rectangle, find the midpoint. So the height should be 0.5, and we'll go from 0.5, make it a square, and bring the profile forward, say with 0.3. I'm not entirely sure what it is. That'll work there, I think. Okay, so I think that's pretty much all the details we can do on this symmetrical part here. We're going to finish the video at this point, and then we'll come back and I'm going to look at starting things like the V hang underneath with the handbrake on the side. Thanks for watching.